Good evening, baseball fans. How you doing? We got some breaking news. Andrew Benintendi has been traded to the Yankees. I am now going to cry myself to sleep. What is going on, everyone? How are we doing? Man, oh man, what is up with the Yankees just getting former Red Sox outfielders? I just don't understand it. Johnny Damon, Jacoby Ellsbury, and now Andrew Benintendi. I just don't get it. Well, I don't get it. But big time trade here for the Yankees. And to be honest with you, I don't think they're done. I don't think they're going to stop here. I think they're going to keep adding pieces here. But Andrew Benintendi, I think, is an amazing start for them. This is a guy that they have been linked to for quite some time now. There were times where it was looking like it was going to happen, and then all of a sudden it looked like it wasn't going to happen. And now it's happened. So Andrew Benintendi, I think it's a fantastic fit for them. Question is, what's going to happen with Joey Gallo? What's going to happen with Hicks? We're going to break that down. We're going to look at the trade. We do have the players confirmed going back to the Kansas City Royals. We're going to pull up baseball trade values here in just a moment. But if anyone is new, hit that subscribe button down below. We just hit 25K subscribers. I want to thank all of you for helping us get to that goal. But if there is anyone new in the chat, definitely consider subscribing down below. It is a busy time of the year. We are 6 days away from the trade deadline. So subscribe now while you're thinking about it. Hit that like button for me, everyone. Goal for tonight, 150 likes for tonight. That is the goal. Hit the bell notification every time I do go live, you get notified, as well as anytime I upload a video. And hey, share the stream if you can. Don't forget, we are partners with SeatGeek. Use my code HYDE, $20 off your first purchase. If you're looking to go to a game, definitely feel free to use my code, as well as Prize Picks. If you're into the sports betting game, go check out Prize Picks. They'll give you a 100% deposit match. If you deposit $20, they'll give you $20. Use my code Ginger. Here we go, everyone. Let's get to it. Let me get the music on. Not the news. I already got the news ready. Let's get the music ready here. Let's get the vibes set. Hold on one moment, everyone. Of course I forget to put the music on. Of course I do. Here we go. We are almost there. We're almost there, everyone. Here we go. Okay. There we go. Alrighty, so this was first reported from Jack Curry of the Yes Network. Simply put, the Yankees are acquiring Benintendi. My goodness. Taking a look here. Obviously, everyone else is breaking this as well. Cam Rosenthal is confirming it. Jeff Passan tweeted out a little bit earlier as well. 3 minor leaguers heading back to the Kansas City Royals. We do know who is going back in this deal. Also, I don't know why my music is not coming on. Where's the music? There's the music. Here we go. Alrighty, so the 3 minor league players going back to the Kansas City Royals. We got Beck Way, Chandler Champagne, is that how you say it? And TJ Sickerman. I think I probably botched all of those names besides Beck Way. But let's go take a look at where they rank in terms of the Yankees' top prospects. So if we're taking a look here on MLB Pipeline, one more time, I'm going to take a look. So TJ Sickerman. Or did he mean to put Sikema? I was going to say, who the heck is that? I think he meant to put Sikema. So, okay, so that's who he meant to put. TJ Sikema. And then Beck Way is number 21. So you got the 19, the 21. And then one more time, it was Chandler Champagne. Is he even in the top 30? I'm guessing he's not top 30. At least on Pipeline, he isn't. So, but let's go take a look at baseball trade values. Here we go. So let's plug in these players here. All right, I already got Benintendi on the Yankees. He is worth around $8.1 million. So who tweeted this? Joel Sherman completely just botched this. Chandler Champlain. Is that how you say it? But here we go. Champlin. Joe Girardi hater, $1.99. $0.5 million difference on baseball trade values. People need to respect BTV. I absolutely agree. And isn't it hilarious that we were just live with John about an hour ago talking about all the trades, talking about all the rumors, talking about all the news, and then they decide to do this trade now? Why couldn't it have happened when we were just live an hour ago doing our weekly MLB Trade Talk show? I don't know. But here we go. Let's get on here. We got Beck Way. Or actually, no, let me type in Way. So Way, it looks like he's going to be leading the terms, or leading the way in terms of value. And then we got one more here, another super chat. He Struck Man, $2 super chat. Remember I called this like a month ago. Hey, man, you called it, man. You called it. Absolutely. It makes a lot of sense for the Yankees to go ahead with this move. And then, who was the last piece one more time? We got Sakema. That's right. So, oh, there you go. Yep. So, baseball trade values yet again proves that it is the best baseball trade simulator out there. If we click on validate trade, the trade is accepted. So, good deal for both sides. For the Royals, they're really stocking up on some pitching here. And for the Yankees, sure, it's a rental in Andrew Benintendi, but I think he's just going to fit really well in this lineup. If we're taking a look here on Fangraphs, I wonder if they have updated it. They have not updated it. So, I mean, I guess it has to be all finalized and whatnot. But the question is, what's going to be happening here with Joey Gallo? What's going to be happening? I'm guessing Aaron Hicks is going to be sticking around because this is a guy who's on a contract. Joey Gallo, I feel like, is going to be the odd man out. I mean, unless you're going to have 3 outfielders on the bench. I don't see how that's really, or 4 outfielders. You got Marvin Gonzalez can go play in the outfield too. Doesn't really seem like Gallo is going to be a fit here. I'm wondering, because remember, there was a report not too long ago. If I were to actually go to MLB Trade Rumors, there was a report on Gallo about, I would say, a couple of weeks ago. I believe it was this one. Yankees interested in Benintendi. This was on July 10th. So it says here, they add that the Yanks are simultaneously trying to work out a separate trade that would send outfielder Joey Gallo out of town. So, to me, if you're seeing this kind of smoke from a couple of weeks ago, I mean, again, this is not being reported now. This was being reported on July 10th at 9:13 a.m. I think Joey Gallo, it's inevitable that this guy is going to get moved. Joe Girardi hater. Benintendi said he would get the vaccine. Well, there you go. And again, you know, hey, whatever, you know, people want to do with their own life, that's fine with me. I don't really care. I'm not getting into that kind of a conversation. But that, to me, I think was the sticking point. If, you know, those are the rules. You got to play by the rules. Unfortunately, you got to play by the rule. You got to play with the cards that are dealt. And Toronto, you won't be able to go and play there if you are not vaccinated. You know, so that was the sticking point at one point because, you know, there was a group of Royals players that ended up not traveling to Toronto. So to me, if he agreed that he was going to go do that, well, then the Yankees are all on board. So it's, I mean, if this was being reported a couple of weeks ago that they had recently held talks, then, I mean, this has been in the works now for over a couple of weeks. I think it was just a matter of, you know, will he go forth with that process? And once they got word of it, if that is the case, then there you go. So to me, you got to play by the rules, right? You know, and the Yankees, at the end of the day, they want to go after a guy that is going to be able to play for them, especially if it comes down to the playoffs. If the Yankees and the Blue Jays are in the playoffs, they want to put their best team out there. So, simply put, here we go. VB3, $2 super chat. Yankees and Royals play tomorrow. Well, would you look at that? Would you look at that? He can just go walk across the field. Didn't even realize that. Miles England, John Heyman. What is John Heyman saying? John Heyman. Hold on a second. Let me pull this up. What is John Heyman saying? Heyman. What is Heyman saying? Oh, okay. So, yeah, there you go. Just basically saying that he will get his vaccination. Trade is final. So the Yankees must believe that he will be doing that. So it says here the Blue Jays were also trying to pull off a trade for Benintendi. So yeah, it looks like that was pretty much the sticking point for a lot of these teams. And but for the Yankees, it really just makes a ton of sense, for them to go forth with this. You got a lot of good bats in this lineup, but I feel like one area of this team that could have used a little bit more was someone that could hit for average, someone that could hit for on base. If we're taking a look at the team rankings in terms of offense, right now the Dodgers are number 1, the Yankees are number 2. But if you're taking a look here in terms of batting average, the Yankees right now, they're 14th in batting average. So Benintendi is really going to help that. And he's going to give you some very good on-base numbers as well. Just more of a contact kind of a hitter, but the power should come along at Yankee Stadium, at least here and there, just because of the left-handed bat. You get the short porch. I think Benintendi is going to be a great fit for the Yankees. It pains me to say, Benintendi going to the Yankees, but I'm used to it. Johnny Damon, Jacoby Ellsbury, hey, I'm used to it now. So the third Red Sox outfielder going to the Yankees. We had a couple of super chats coming on in. We had one more super chat coming in. Joseph Mastando, Gallo has no trade value. So let's get back to Gallo here, because it seems like to me Gallo is going to be the odd man out. The reports were a couple of weeks ago that the Yankees were working on another trade simultaneously to make a spot for Benintendi if they were to trade for him. Also, one more time, we got 762 people in the chat. If you are just coming in, Baseball Trade Values has approved the trade. It is as close to even as it gets. The trade is accepted by the simulator. Going to the Yankees is Andrew Benintendi, and going to the Royals, you have Champlin, Sakema, and Beckway. So you're just a little bit apart. Baseball Trade Values, the best baseball trade simulator out there. If you don't like it, eat my shorts. Here we go. Let's go look at what Joey Gallo would look like. So let's pull up. And again, I wonder what team would want to take Joey Gallo at this point. I wonder if maybe the Rangers would be willing to take him back. I wonder if something like that. I feel like the Rays would be a really fun fit for Joey Gallo. I don't know. But then again, he is going to be a free agent soon. If we go take a look here, free agent after this season. He's making quite a nice bit of change this year, making about $10 million this year. So I wonder if the Yankees, maybe if they could pay the rest of his contract for this year, maybe a team would be willing to send a bit of a better prospect back. But taking a look here with Gallo at the moment, Gallo has $2.8 million worth of value. So they are going to be doing an update. Baseball Trade Values, they do updates usually on the weekends when it comes to player values. So I think Gallo, it could drop a little bit. I mean, if we're looking at his numbers here, I don't think he's really done all that much over the past week. I mean, maybe it drops like a smidge. I mean, it doesn't look like he's really done anything. Going back to his last 5 games, he's only gotten 1 hit over his last 5 games. I mean, my goodness. He's only gotten 2 hits. He's only gotten 3 hits going back to July 12th. My goodness. Over the last 15 days, I mean, I know he had the All-Star break, but he's only gotten 3 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, over his last 10 games, he has 3 hits. What the heck is going on? He's got a couple of home runs in there, but I don't know. Luke22 has become a member for 6 months. Luke, my friend, thank you so much. Tremont Productions, doesn't matter. They lost to the Kings of New York. I know, man. I know. Tough loss for the Yankees tonight, man. Starling Marte coming up with a walk-off hit there in the end. It's always fun, man, when you got that Subway Series. You got to love it. But Joey Gallo, to me, his value could drop a little bit more, maybe to like 2.5 or something like that. It's at 2.8 right now. There's a super chat from Tremont Productions. Thank you again for that. Do appreciate that. Odd Villain, did the voice crack? Oh boy, how embarrassing. Oh my goodness. I gotta go to bed. Anyway, Joey Gallo. I think of the Yankees, I could honestly see the Yankees paying the rest of his contract for this year. I could see something like that. I mean, what is he owed now? Probably like $4.5 million for the rest of the year. So I could definitely see that. And maybe the Yankees could get a bit of a better prospect out of it. But then again, you know, how much is a team willing to give up for someone like Gallo? I mean, I don't know. I'm just trying to think. I mean, you know, I think a team like the San Francisco Giants, where they've taken in some players and they've helped turn them around. But then again, you know, the thing with Gallo is that he's a free agent after this year. So that's what's like, I don't know, you know. Maybe I would see like maybe a team that is in contention. So, I mean, maybe, you know, with the Giants, I mean, they're not like completely out of it. So let's go take a look here. Mets fan, $1.99 super chat. Who will the Mets get? I think we had another super from Luke Walker. We had one from you as well. Who are the Mets gonna get? Man, I mean, honestly, I really think someone like for that bullpen could be pretty good. I think David Robertson could be pretty good. I think they could use another bat in there. And honestly, you got a nice partner right there with the Chicago Cubs. You need a bat and a reliever. Hey, Wilson Contreras, David Robertson, that seems to make some sense to me. It's not going to cost you a whole lot to get those two. You know, maybe a few good, decent prospects. But I like that package for the Mets. Wilson Contreras and David Robertson. You're adding a bat and a reliever. I think that's going to be that would be a pretty nice upgrade for the New York Mets. Luke Walker, Braves should trade for Gallo. He needs a change of scenery. I agree. Has upside, great defensively, and his value will never be lower. I agree with you on the defensive part. Joey Gallo is he's a bit underrated, and when it comes to the outfield. So if we're taking a look here, the Atlanta Braves, they're just right behind the Mets, 3 games back in the East, holding on firmly to a wild card spot. Luke 22, we got another super chat coming in. Good move by the Yankees. Next starter and bullpen. I agree. I think for the Yankees, Luis Castillo, man, that's the guy you got to go get, and definitely go get an arm for the bullpen as well. So, taking a look here. So we had from the super chat earlier, Luke Walker, maybe the Braves. You know, a left-handed bat for the Atlanta Braves. I mean, if we go take a look here at, just make sure that music's on. Taking a look here. Now, the only lefty bat that you have on the bench as of right now is Mike Ford. So I'm wondering if, you know, maybe you'd rather have Gallo there instead. We're looking at Mike Ford's numbers. Actually, it says he's in AAA right now. Well, he can't be if he's right here. So, but I could see that. Why not? I actually like that. Just have Joey Gallo off the bench for the Atlanta Braves. And, yeah, I like that, man. I think that's a good idea. Luke Walker, $4.99 super chat, suggesting Joey Gallo to the Braves. He's going to go somewhere. And the Atlanta Braves definitely could be a good spot. I'd rather have Gallo instead of Mike Ford on the bench. And it gives you a pretty good defensive player for the outfield as well. If you take a look at Gallo, going back to his overall stats, he has a negative 1.9 defense this year so far. But if you're looking at him in the past, he's always, going back for the last 4 years, he's been in the positives when it comes to his defense. And if we're looking at the advanced numbers, as of right now, overall in the outfield, right field is definitely his place. He's got 3 defensive runs saved out there. He's surprisingly hasn't been as good out in left field. Right field is definitely a better spot for him. So, but he can play some center. So that's one thing. He can move around. I think he would be a great fit for the Atlanta Braves. Now, I just wonder, like a team like the Giants, if we're going back to the standings, the Giants are 3.5 back in the wild card race. So the Giants have a reputation of turning some guys around. And they do have a lot of lefty bats, though. But if you look at the bench, I mean, the Giants are just so platoon happy. And, you know, they're just mixing and matching all the time, man. But I think you could see a team like the Giants get involved for Gallo, possibly. I mean, you got a lot of different options here. So, yeah, look at that. You're me, Mercedes. Look at that. So, I would look out for the Giants. But I like the Braves idea. I thought that was a pretty nice idea. So, overall, I like this move for the Yankees. I think it's a really good upgrade for them. You know, when you think of the Yankees in the past, you think of this is a team, they live and die with the home run ball. You know, you just never really see them have all these, like, they'll always have like one or two guys with a pretty decent batting average, guys that can get on base. But like Benintendi, you don't really see that kind of a player with the Yankees, at least as of late. I like that piece for the Yankees, man. A guy that can get hits, he gets on base. Just a different style of a player that you're not really used to seeing with the Yankees. So I like it a lot. He's, I think, going to be the right upgrade over Joey Gallo. I know why the Yankees went after Gallo last year, because that bat in Yankee Stadium, people just dreamed over it with that power. But at the end of the day, I almost think it just hasn't worked, you know, and Gallo just has not made enough contact in a Yankee uniform. I'm not sure what's been happening. I don't know if they tried fixing up his swing or something. They tried changing something mechanically, and he's just been off. I don't know. But I think Benintendi, I think he's going to thrive in a place like New York. He's obviously won a World Series before. He's been on the big stage. He's been in Yankee Stadium plenty of times. I think it's going to be a good move. I think this is the right move for the Yankees to make. And you know what? Let's actually go pull up some Andrew Benintendi splits. Let's go see how he has done at Yankee Stadium. I feel like I've looked at these numbers before, but let's go look one more time. Here we go. Let's go to the ballparks. We got 837 people in the chat. What is going on, everyone? How are you doing? Are we at 150 likes? That's the goal for tonight. All right, we hit our goal, 170 likes. The goal was 150. Can we get to 200? But let's go to the ballparks here. Andrew Benintendi at Yankee Stadium. So, at Yankee Stadium, he's hit 261, a 336 on base, 487 slugging. It's actually pretty solid. His best numbers, looking at the top here, I mean, he's been very good in Kauffman. He's been very good there. Very good batting average. And I knew his bat was going to play there. The guy, you know, he's never really been much of a power hitter. But I kind of like that I think going there actually ended up helping him in the end. I think it kind of got him back to that mentality because of getting just back to being a contact hitter, hitting the ball into the gaps. Because with the Red Sox, he was trying to hit bombs. He was trying to go more of that power route and, you know, trying to increase his value as a player. And then in the end, it really ended up making his swing very wonky. His timing was just really off. I think going back to Kauffman or going to Kauffman was a good way for him to get back to what he was good at. And because Kauffman, that's not really going to be a hitter-friendly park, more of a pitcher's park. And he really played those gaps really well. So the numbers really worked out there just like I thought they would. So now, if you take a look, obviously, he's had a great career at Fenway Park. So that's also going to be good for him when the Yankees come back to Fenway. He's hit well in Baltimore. Baltimore, I mean, arguably, you could say that's been, when you're looking at how much he's played there, that's probably the best park he's been at. You know, obviously, you got a small sample sizes here. He's been good in Minnesota, 22 games there and 1,100 OPS. He has been really good in Minnesota. Holy cow, 7 home runs there. Well, hey, if the Yankees play the Twins in the postseason and you end up going to Minnesota, well, you don't got to worry about that. So he's been pretty good in Detroit. Yeah, the Yankee Stadium, really solid numbers. 7 homers there. 261 average, 487 slugging. I like it. 823 OPS. I think he's going to be a solid addition there. I like this a lot. I like this move. The only thing I'm wondering is what's going to end up happening with Gallo. I think Gallo's got to be the piece unless they have both. But I don't know. That just sounds, I don't know. And I'm guessing Benintendi is going to be the starter in left field. So I'm guessing Hicks is going to go to the bench. I guess you could have Gallo and Hicks on the bench. So, but then what happens with LeCastro? Honestly, I like having LeCastro on the team if you're the Yankees. He's giving you some speed. He's actually, not a whole lot of playing time with the Yankees. 19 games, 28 plate appearances. What I like about LeCastro, though, is he gives you that speed threat. He's got the 6 stolen bases as well. He's got the 1.3 base running, and that's over a small sample size. I would honestly like to keep LeCastro if I'm the Yankees. I don't know. I just like that speed. That's just me. But I don't know. Yankee fans, let me know. Would you be okay with Hicks and Gallo on the bench? And Benintendi's your go-to guy in left field? So, I don't know. To me, the logical move seems to be Gallo. The fact that there were reports that they're looking for a deal for Gallo, I would assume it's only a matter of time. Maybe by tomorrow, we could see a move for him. Very possible. We got another super chat coming in. Purple Bond Cyan 29. Huge for the Yankees. Love this trade. Love your channel, Robbie. Just joined as a member. My goodness. Thank you so much, my friend. I do really appreciate that. Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you for the super chat. Always love to see the support here. Really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. So, with the Yankees, I think it's a great move. I think it's an awesome move. I think the next move they need to make is right here for this rotation. Go get Luis Castillo. Go do it. Go make the move. I'm sorry. I like me some Nestor Cortez. Montgomery's been pretty solid. Iona's having a better year this year. But I'm thinking playoffs here. And I want Luis Castillo game 2 in a series. I want Cole and Castillo. Or maybe you could even go Castillo in a game 1 if it lines up better that way. I don't know. But I want Cole and Castillo in the first couple of games of a series. So, and to me, I think the Yankees, this is one of their better teams that we've seen in a while. We've seen some good Yankee teams over the years, but this is a good one this year. And I think they got to go for it. If they don't win it this year, I don't know, man. I'll be like kind of shocked, honestly. So we'll have to wait and see. But I am seeing some people in the chat asking if there's any updates on Soto. There are no updates on Soto as of right now, except that the general manager, Rizzo, he was saying earlier today that they don't want to dilute any trades with Soto by attaching Corbin. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I wouldn't read too much into this because you got to remember here, if you're the Nationals and you're trading someone like Soto, you want to get the best package back. Done deal. That's what it is. If he goes out there and says like, yeah, we'll be okay with attaching Corbin, well, now you're only just lessening what you're going to get back. So to me, I think Corbin, that's going to be a card that you have in your back pocket, and you can pull it out if you need it to, and you can go from there. If you need Corbin in there to maybe kind of close some gap where, you send him over, maybe attach a little bit of money so the other team wouldn't have to give up as many prospects. I don't think you have to attach Corbin in a deal with a couple of teams, the Cardinals and the Padres. They could both make deals for Soto without having to take Corbin. But I think Corbin, honestly, if you're the St. Louis Cardinals, I mean, I wouldn't mind bringing in Corbin because your rotation right now, you have like no one in that rotation. So I know Corbin is not great, but you need innings. To me, I wouldn't mind taking Corbin, honestly. And you can see if you can, fix him up, you can help him out, and maybe he can end up being a pretty good piece for them. So, but as of right now, I think with what Rizzo's saying here, the guy's trying to maximize what he can get. He's not going to go out there and say, yeah, we'll put Corbin. Well, because now teams are like, oh, okay, cool. Well, we don't have to give up as many prospects. So, of course, he's gonna come out and say this. So, because that is a big talking point when it comes to a Soto trade, is that they could attach someone like Corbin. So, it's his job to go out there and say, yeah, no, like, we want prospects. Like, we don't want Corbin to lower the amount of prospects that we can get. So, but that's pretty much the update on Soto as of right now. Ethan Gamachi, what is going on? $4.99 super chat. In his return to Fenway, there better be a video ending with "sorry for trading." Oh man, I can't wait for Andrew Benintendi to come back to Fenway. Let's actually go see here. When do the Yankees come back to Fenway? Let's go to the Red Sox website here so I can look at how bad my team is. Oh yeah, Bloom facing big decisions. With the trade deadline coming Tuesday, Chaim Bloom has many choices to make. Just trade some guys, man. Just do it. You traded Mookie. It's time. Trade Bogarts. Trade JD Martinez. Bring in some guys that are going to help you over the next few years. I remember when we traded Mookie Betts, everyone was just jumping off a cliff. Everyone's like, "Oh, I can't stand this ownership, blah, 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 blah." And then we're in the ALCS last year. Now, no one's talking about Mookie Betts with the Red Sox then. So, whatever. To me, I'm looking at this from a point of view where I'm looking towards next year. And I'm not saying just go sell off and have a fire sale. I'm saying, maybe, trade Bogarts. But bring in, if you can, a major league ready guy that you could have help you for next year, right? Kind of like what the Phillies did when they acquired Brandon Workman and they sent over Nick Pivetta. Nick Pivetta ended up being a huge piece for us last year, and he's been one of our better starting pitchers this year. I mean, even if you look at the Mookie Betts trade, you brought in Alex Verdugo, right? You brought in Jeter Downs. Those guys have had impacts on the team this year. Alex Verdugo, his nickname was Alex Verjungo. He was so good in the month of June. Jeter Downs had a couple of moments with the Red Sox this year, and he could end up being a solid player for the Red Sox down the road. So that's what I think the Red Sox need to do. If you're going to trade Bogarts, try and get some pieces like that. Because let's be real here. Bogarts, he's going to test free agency. If he's going to test free agency, you might as well maximize his value and bring some guys back. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but that's what it is. But let's see. When do the Yankees come to Fenway? Let's take a look here. Is it next month, I'm guessing? Yep. August 12th. Circle that date. Andrew Benintendi returning to the Red Sox. We're returning to Fenway to play the Red Sox. And, but this time, he'll be in a Yankee uniform. Ugh. I mean, I'm used to it. I'm used to it. I've seen it. I saw it with Johnny Damon. That was the worst one, right? Well, I mean, I'm thinking Johnny Damon, he has no beard. With the Yankees, this is just weird. And then I saw it again with Jacoby Ellsbury. But that one I wasn't really as, torn up about. Man, like, it was weird, but hey, it was what it was. And now Benintendi. At least Benintendi didn't sign with the Yankees. No, that's the difference. The Yankees traded for him. So this is a little different. But, yeah. August 12th, Andrew Benintendi making his return to Fenway Park as a New York Yankee. One more time, for those of you that may have just come in, taking a look here at the trade on baseball trade values here. So let me put together the trade. We had Way. We had Champlin. And who was the other guy? We had Sakema. And going back to the Yankees, we have Benintendi. And as you can see here, the trade is approved by Baseball Trade Values. I also want to point this out. I know Baseball Trade Values has gotten a lot of steam lately because Jeff Passan retweeted something with Baseball Trade Values like about a week and a half ago or so. And a lot of people really started finding out about this site, and it started gaining popularity. And I just want to point this out. I've been using this site now for a couple of years. So for those of you that might be thinking like I'm just using this because Jeff Passan tweeted it out a week and a half ago, no, I've been using this. I'm not one of the OGs. I'm not one of the first people to use this site, but I've been using it for going back to 2019. I was using this when the Mookie Betts trades or the trade rumors were swirling. So just want to point that out. I'm a veteran on this website, okay? Just pointing that out. I'm going to sit here and also say, you know, when Jeff Passan tweeted this website out, because he was talking about a Juan Soto trade. I'm trying to think of what he wrote exactly. He just showed how expensive Juan Soto would be, and then he just pointed out like a trade with him. And I think he used the Padres as an example. All of a sudden, people went from, oh, this site doesn't know what they're talking about. This site, they have no idea. These values are all wrong. And then all of a sudden, just because Jeff Passan, because he retweeted it, now all of a sudden everyone was like, oh, wow, this website's great. It was already great. It was already great. But because Passan tweeted it, that's when everyone started thinking it was the greatest thing since sliced bread. There are other YouTubers out there. There are other YouTubers who were, like some of the better baseball YouTubers out there. I remember one of them exactly. I'm not going to name that YouTuber. He likes his advanced analytics. I'm not going to say who, but he's like, oh, and no, it's not Foolish Baseball. Don't even put that in your head because he is the king of baseball channels. This guy was like, oh yeah, that website's not good. That's not a good website. I don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about. No, they know what they're talking about. This guy that runs the site, John Bitzer, he knows exactly what he's talking about. And as you can see here, yet another trade approved by the simulator. Just in case you are wondering, many trades have gone into this site. 362 real-life trades have been entered into the simulator. Has a 95% acceptance rate. Sure, it's not going to be perfect every time. It's not going to be... actually, no. Jack and Ethan and John, you guys are wrong. It was not Fuzzy, and it was not Giraffe Neck Mark. I'm gonna excuse those two from the argument, or from what I said earlier. But baseball trade values, 95% acceptance rate. As you can see, many trades have gone into it. Craig Kimbrell to the Dodgers, that was approved. Matt Olson to the Braves. Mitch Garver to the Rangers. Scherzer, Turner to the Dodgers last year. Bryant to the Giants. Baez to the Mets. Lindor to the Mets. Arenado to the Cardinals. All of these have been approved by the simulator. So, James Y, yes, you are correct. You are correct. But baseball trade values, please go on it. Go have some fun with it. They have been a great friend of the channel. I've been using this site for so long on this channel now, and for it to finally be getting the recognition that it deserves, it brings a smile to my face. But one more time, just in case you didn't see it. Actually, did I have the trade pulled up here? Nah. All right, I'll pull it up one more time just in case anyone missed it. And then I'm going to start to get out of here. I wish we had some more trades to talk about. I wish we would start getting busy. But all righty. Going to the Yankees, we had Benintendi, $8.1 million worth of value. We had Way. We had Sakema. And we had Champlin. And bada bing, bada boom. Trade accepted. So, but I like this move. In conclusion, I think it's a good move for the Yankees. It just makes a lot of sense. I don't think they should stop here. You need to go out there, keep making moves to upgrade your team. Go get Luis Castillo. If you can't get Luis Castillo, maybe look into a Frankie Montas. Go get someone for that rotation. Go get an arm for that bullpen. You've made your first good move for the lineup. You got 2 more moves to make. Go get a starting pitcher. Go get a reliever. James Cohen, $4.99 Super Chat. Cards have series at Nats, so I don't think Soto will be traded before then. How does that affect the Cardinals' chances, and do you think it holds up the deadline? James, we were actually just talking about this on the show not too long ago. I don't think the fact that they're playing the Cardinals soon really has anything to do with it. I just don't. But like if we're taking a look here, at the Yankees schedule. I think if I remember correctly, the Royals are coming into town. So, you know, I don't think it really matters all that much. I think it ends up being helpful because that player, you know, you don't gotta pay for the travel expenses. You don't gotta do any of that. So I think if you can just walk across the field, I think that just helps. I would find that hilarious if that's what ends up happening with Juan Soto. That, you know, they have their series, the Nationals and the Cardinals, and he just walks over to the Cardinals dugout. I think that's hilarious. But hey, Andrew Benintendi, I mean, you might as well just fly with the Royals tomorrow. Might as well just fly on their plane and then head on over to Yankee Stadium with the Royals, and then he can just move on over to the Yankee dugout. So I think it's hilarious, honestly. But it's so much easier. It's so much more convenient. You know, why wouldn't you just do it that way? But great trade for the Yankees. It was a move I think they needed to make to address that weakness. And Gallo, I think it's a matter of time. Only a matter of time before Gallo ends up getting shipped out. We had a great suggestion earlier in a super chat for the Atlanta Braves. I think the Braves could be a great fit. Maybe the San Francisco Giants. They're not completely out of it. They've taken in players before where they can kind of fix them up and get them back on track a little bit. But overall, I think it's a great move. I do wish we had more to talk about. I wish we had some more trades. I could sit here and just keep going around in circles and talking about this, but I don't want to waste any more of your time. But the trade was approved by Baseball Trade Values. I think the Yankees, it's a great upgrade for them in their lineup. It's going to be an upgrade over Joey Gallo. And, you know, with Benintendi, too, he's going to be pretty good out there defensively in left field. So I think Yankee fans, you can be happy about that. He's always hit pretty well at Yankee Stadium. So he's always hit well at Fenway. He's always hit well in Baltimore. So this is a great move. It just makes a ton of sense. It's going to be very good for their offense moving forward. But everyone, if you can, on your way out, hit that like button for me. If you are new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. We just hit 25,000 subscribers. Let's see if we can get to 26,000 by the end of the week. It's a busy time here. Trade deadline in about 6 days. Again, hit that like button for me. Hit the bell notification so you get notified every time I go live or upload some content, and share the stream or any of my other content as well. Everyone, have yourself a great night. And if there is anything else to report, my butt will be in this seat. Have yourself a good night, everyone, and I'll talk to you next time.